And what's up, guys? It's Noah here from the Digibros. In today's video, I have our most recent locals at Eternity's Portal in Bainbridge, Georgia. Today it's going to be the finals. It's going to be me on the left. I was playing Zoro, and my opponent on the right was playing Eustace Captain Kid. So we're going to go and roll the dice. I am going to be going second. We're just going to be taking a quick look at our hands, deciding if we want to keep the hands, deciding if we do want to mulligan, because that is one of the rules of One Piece, where you can decide whether or not you want to mulligan or not. So once again, we're just going to go on setup. Opponent's going to go first. It's going to get their first Dawn. It's going to go on and drop down the Momonosuke, passing 2 over to me. So I'm going to get my 2 Dawn. Looks like I'm going to go on and drop a Nami for 1. Going to be able to crack top 5, being able to add any Straw Hat type card. I do know that it says on the card itself, it says character, but there's a mistranslation. The actual translation for it is you can grab any card. So as you can see right here, we're going to go on and grab the Red Hawk. It's going to be a 2-cost counter. It's going to give one of our leaders or characters 4,000 power. Then you can delete one of your opponent's characters with a cost with a power of 4,000 or less. And then I'm just going to go and drop down the starter deck Nami, the one that lets you attach a Roasted Dawn to either your leader or your characters. I'm just going to go and pass it to the opponent. It's going to activate the effect of Momonosuke, going to be able to suspend 1 to be able to search the top 5 for a Land of Wanda card. I'm going to go in and grab, I believe that was Raizo. Forgive me for not knowing all the Land of Wanda cards, but we're going to see a swing here with Kid, 5 at my leader. Then we're going to go in and drop another Momonosuke on the green side of the field. Then we're going to pay another one. Not sure if it's going to be for effect or another card yet. Looks like we're just going to use the effect, being able to search the top 5 once again for another Land of Wanda card. He's going to grab Momonosuke. I'm just double checking right here to confirm whether Momonosuke can search himself, because a bunch of the searchers such as Nami cannot add themselves from deck to hand. So it's going to pass back on over to me. Going and gain my additional Dawn all the way up to 4 right here. So just going to be taking a look at our hand. I do see we have a couple of different aggro options. We do have that Sanji, but we're going to go in and attach 1 Dawn onto the Zoro, so that we can give a blanket plus 1,000 to all of our characters. So it's going to put Nami right here up to 3,000, being able to swing over one of those Momonosuke's. Then we're just going to go and drop down the Robin. Attaching another Dawn, swinging for a total of 7 at leader. Whether he takes it or not, or counters. 7 is a pretty big swing. Yeah, I do have to commit a lot of cards in hand to attack over it. I'm just going to pass. I could have swung over the Momonosuke with the other Nami, but I would rather keep her long term, so that way I can be able to utilize her effect. Where if I would have been able to swing over the Momonosuke, then the opponent on the following turn would have been able to attack over the Nami. So I was going to I believe this one's name is Izo. It's got on play. You can suspend one of your opponent's characters. It's play cost 3 or less, and it's going to be able to attach a Dawn and swing over the Nami with the Kid, passing it back. Not the Nami, I apologize. Swinging over the Robin was tapped down with the Izo. Then we're just going to go on, gain our additional Dawn, draw for turn. We're still pretty even right now in terms of like board space. My opponent does have a 5,000 attack character on field in the form of the Izo. I do need to go on and clear that Momonosuke. Just being able to gain additional searches every single turn is definitely really strong. Probably going to do a big swing with the Zoro on the leader. Probably swinging the on-play search Nami at the Momonosuke. So yeah, once again, we're going to go and attach 1 Dawn to the Zoro leader. And probably going to see a swing on the Momonosuke with the Nami right here. Yep. Like I said, you don't want to like keep like the Momonosuke and the Jolly Bonnie. Both of them can search multiple times as long as they're still on the field. Unlike the Nami where it's on play. So we're going to drop down the Sanji for 2 here. We're going to use one of the Nami from the starter deck skill to attach one of the Rested Dawns to our Zoro, and attaching another active one to give him rush. So then we're going to go and swing 7k with the Sanji, because he does get that plus 1,000 blanket effect from Zoro. And then we're going to swing Zoro at leader as well, passing on over. We do have that 2 active Dawn. that is going to signify that we are ready to use that not jet pistol, that Red Hawk in hand. So we're going to attach 2 to the ISO, swinging at Sanji. Just contemplating whether or not I wanted to counter that or if I just wanted to go and let that go through. The opponent did know that I searched earlier, so was able to attach some Dons to be able to beef up their character so that way it wouldn't be KO'd by the ISO. So, not the ISO, by the Red Hawk. So we're going to see a swing on the Nami with the Kid. That's perfectly fine. That's just going to be able to go through. Gonna play 1 for a Julie Bonnie. Pay another 1 to use her effect. Suspender, being able to look at top 5 for a Supernovas type character. And we're going to go and add the law. So then we're going to pay 2 for a killer. This is no one out of the first set, Romance Dawn. And he's got blocker. And then Dawn X1 on block, you get to draw a card. So that's exactly what the opponent's going to do. So you can go on and attach a Dawn. So that way on block, he's able to draw a card. We're getting closer toward like the late game now. Both players have a ton of Dawn that they can use. I can see some really big cards. Looks like we're looking at one of the promo Luffy's in hand over on the left side. Just being able to drop down some more aggro. So like that's one thing with these red decks. They don't really like try to establish a big board. They drop a bunch of guys with rush, swing. If they get attacked every cool following turn, they'll be able to play more characters with a rush. So right now we're going to drop another one of these Namis. We're going to use the skill to attach 1 Dawn on Zoro. So now we're going to swing Zoro for the 6k at the ISO. We're going to go on a block with that killer, being able to draw a card per his own effect because he did have 1 Dawn attached to him. And so we might see one of these Namis over here swing at the Jolie Bonnie, trying to prevent opponent from getting even more additional resources off the effect of the Jolie Bonnie. So yeah, it looks like we're just going to go on and attach 1 to it. She would now be a 3k because getting the additional plus 1000 from the Zoro leader, because it does have the 1 Dawn attached to it. So now we're just kind of planning what else we want to attach to it. Looks like we're going to go another one. And it looks like we're going to go and swing actually at the ISO and not the Jolie Bonnie. I guess we're just want to go and get one of those attackers out of the way. So we're going to go and drop down another chopper. Actually, this is going to be the first chopper. Chopper is going to be red, so 1 drop blocker. Old Tony blocker, if you will. So yeah, so we're going to go and pass over to the opponent's turn. And the opponent's at their full 10 Dawn. And so from here on out, we're going to use the effect of the Jolie Bonnie, being able to suspend 1 Dawn, being able to search the top 5 cards for a Supernovas type card, and does grab the Repel. Repel is a 2-cost counter event card that allows you to give one of your characters plus 3000, then it does restand one of your Dons. So Useless Captain Kid is going to go on and swing at the Nami. Once again, we're going to go ahead and block that with the chopper. Probably should have just used the Red Hawk in hand to pop the Jolie Bonnie and save the chopper. So we do see a law coming down, bouncing the Jolie Bonnie and playing out the killer from hand to pop our Nami. Then another one of the new killers is dropped, attaching Dawn. So he is going to be a blocker and non-block. Going to be able to draw a card. So it looks like we're going to go on and pay for the jet pistol to go on and delete that law because he is a 6k blocker. He's going to be both attacker and a blocker, so it's going to be really good. So just being able to go on and get him out of the game as fast as possible is going to be really strong for us. So we're going to go on and use the Nami skill, being able to attach one of those Rested Dawn to our Zoro leader. And it looks like we just have a ton of event cards in our hand. We don't have any like real aggression characters. We do have that promo Luffy. And it looks like we're just going to attach multiple onto the Zoro. He's going to be at 8k. Just going to go and swing a leader, go and get that block out of the way. The opponent will draw a card because he did have Dawn X1 on him. Now we're just going to pass turn. You know, we do have the 4 active Dawn. Again, that is signifying that we do have multiple of the event cards. So right here, kid's going to go and swing. We're going to pay 2 for the Red Hawk, being able to destroy that killer. Once again, we probably should have done that past turn instead of blocking with the chopper. And So right here we do have the 8-drop useless kid. No. It looks like the opponent is contemplating whether he wants to drop it or not. Is a really, really strong card. He does have Dawn X1. You can suspend this character to play a 3-cost or lower supernova type character from your hand. And then while he is suspended, your opponent can't attack anything other than the 8-drop useless Captain Kid. So it is quite annoying. You're not able to attack the leader. You're not able to attack any other character. You can only attack this useless Captain Kid right here. And so we are going to go on and look at our hand. Looks like we're contemplating dropping that Luffy, which we do right here. He is going to be a 6-cost. And we're going to use the skill of the Nami to be able to attach one of the rested Dawn onto the Luffy, because he does have Dawn X2. He gains Rush. And I believe that is what we're going to go. Trying to go in and pressure that kid. Yep, we're going to go and attach one via the Nami skill. We're going to attach another one. So now he does have Rush, and he's going to be 8k. We're going to attach one to the Zoro to go on and buff up that Luffy one more. We're going to play the Diable Jambe for 1. Going to make that Luffy unblockable. And then we're going to attach another one. Honestly, probably should have waited. It was fine to go in and drop him, but I feel like I should have waited to attempt to attack within the following turn. Being able to give him enough Dawn to ensure that he could attack over that useless Captain Kid. That probably could have been played better, but just really wanting to get that big 8-drop useless Captain Kid off the field as fast as possible is going to be the biggest priority. So the opponent does counter out of it. So now the opponent's just clarifying how many cards we've got in hand. It's going to attach multiple Dawns. It's looking like 4 or 5 Dawn. He's going to attach onto the kid, so that way he is able to swing over the Luffy. And I don't have enough cards in hand to be able to counter out of that, so Luffy is going to go down. Like I said, it probably would have been best to just drop him, not try to attack that turn. But we're going to see a Momonosuke come down, pay 1 for his skill, and then we're going to be able to grab the Cat Viper from deck to hand. Cat Viper is pretty cool. On play, he can suspend one of your opponent's characters. And then this character, forgive me, I don't, Ikaku, something like that. But it is when attacking and it has Dawn X1, you can suspend one of your opponent's characters, cost of 3 or less. So I'm just gonna go on and pass it over to turn. We did draw the Shanks right there for turn. Shanks is really strong. It's gonna be a 10k. It is 9-drop, but it's got 10k, and it does have Rush, and your opponent can't block with characters that are play cost of 2 or less. So both of those Capone Gang Beige are unable to prevent this Shanks from attacking. So we're just going to go on a swing into that Captain Kid, and the opponent is able to drop 3 cards to be able to counter out of it. And so that Shanks is really one of the biggest tools we have to pressure against these kids, because once again that kid is really, really annoying. And right here it looks like the opponent's just going to attach a ton of Dawn onto this kid, just so that way it can attack over the Shanks, because it wants to go on and get these characters that are pressuring his kid out of the way. So like that promo Luffy I dropped, the Shanks, all these really big ones that I'm dropping to attempt to swing over, the opponent's just able to counter out of it. It looks like we're using the effect of Momonosuke to being able to search Paradise Waterfall, I believe. It's another counter event card. So we're going to attach one to the Hikaku, being able to swing, tap down the Nami, and then the leader is going to be able to go on and swing over the Nami as well, passing it back on over. Looks like in my hand I don't have a ton of great cards. Once again, it's just a bunch of like event cards and like 2k counters and like it's really small stuff. No real attackers. So we're going to drop the starter deck Luffy attached to Dawn to make him unblockable. Uh, Looks like we're just going to attempt to swing over this kid once again because he's been super annoying. It's a really strong card. We're trying our best once again to be able to attack over the kid. Once again, like last turn, I dropped that Shanks and tried to attack over it. Maybe I should just drop the Shanks and saved it for the following turn, so that way I am able to attach more Dawn onto it to ensure that I am able to attack over it. So right now this Luffy is also unblockable, and he's currently going to be up to 9k because we do have the 3 Dawn. My bad, 8k. It's 5k base power. Is he 6k base power? He's 6k base power. I apologize. It will be 9k. And we're going to go on and commit a full 5 Dawn to him, making him 11,000. Then we're going to attack. Opponent's going to be able to repel and being able to boost them up there. So once again, every attempt I've made to swing over this 8-drop kid has been thwarted. So we're just gonna go on and swing on leader with the Kaku. Yep, I'm just gonna go on and take that. Probably should have guarded that one, but the opponent has 2 attacks with the leader, 1 attack with the 8-cost kid. So it's really hard to ensure that we're going to be able to get out of this. I'm contemplating whether or not I want to trigger the life trigger, and it's going to be a jet pistol right here, and I'm choosing to go on and hit the Momonosuke so the opponent can't gain additional resources from there. Probably should have sniped one of the blockers, but while the 8-cost kid is up on the field, I can't really do that. So I'm going to attach 1 onto the kid, swing 9 at my leader, and so I do counter out of this. It does take a lot of cards out of my hand considering he is at 9, but that kid can just attack twice, and the opponent does have full 9 Dawn right there. So the opponent can just attach 6 Dawn to the leader, swing, which I believe is exactly what we're going to see right here. Attach 6 to the leader, swing, check life, and then going to use the effect pay 3, restand, swing again. Yep, so that's going to be game 1. So yeah, so that 8-drop Eustace Captain kid, really strong, really big, and it's just super hard for me to get out of. There are a bunch of cards in the deck to help get around it. Like we do have combination of the what is her name? It's the 1 cost 2k counter, the new one, the Land of Wano one. I can't think of her name. She's got the on play gives one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power. So if they do have the 8 drop kid, he does have 8,000 base power. So you're able to reduce it by 2. Then you can use Jet Pistol to delete it. We do have the Shanks in here to hopefully attack over it. Like I said, I tried, but once again, I probably could have been a little bit more conservative with my swings because a lot of stuff in the deck does have rush. You want to go on and play it and like rush your opponent down as fast as possible. So you do often find yourself going on swinging with them, even though maybe it might not be best to do it. Like I said, that first promo Luffy I dropped, I probably could have dropped him and just waited the following turn to be able to attach more Dawn onto him and being able to swing over it. That's probably would have been the better play to do. And then later I would have had these Shanks to be able to do big damage on the leader. It's probably what I should have done in hindsight, but it just in the moment you're like, this guy has rush, drop him, swing, unga boonga. Very red best deck, baby. You already know this, so we're gonna go ahead and go on to game 2 of the finals at Eternity's Portals Locals that we did have last night. So once again, gonna go on set up. I am going to be going first. Gonna go on and get the Dawn, dropping that starter deck Nami. Didn't open search Nami, but that's alright. Gonna go on and pass over to the opponent. And then go on and drop Julie Bonnie. Gonna go and use her effect. Paying the 1 to crack top 5, searching for a Land of Wano card. Not Land of Wano, that's Momonosuke. Searching for a Supernova card, so it does grab the repel. Gonna go on back to me, grabbing our 2 more Dawn. And we probably want to go on and clear out that Drooly Bonnie. Try to prevent the opponent from gaining additional resources. So we do drop the Sanji for 2 using the skill of Nami to attach 1 to him and another active Don. So he's going to be a 6k on lead swing. Opponent's kind of playing whether or not wants to counter out of that or if he just wants to take the hit. So the opponent does take the hit right here. And then we're going to go on and swing over the Drooly Bonnie with the Nami and swing 5k at lead, and the opponent's just going to go on and counter out of that. Just going to go on and pass back to the opponent. They're going to go up to 4 Dawn for the turn. So I did go on and swing over that Drooly Bonnie with the Nami, even though I usually like to keep these Namis active. So that way I can keep utilizing their effects over and over again. So it does look like the leader is going to go and swing over the Nami and dropping the kid to destroy Sanji. Passing back to me, I'm going to go up to my 5 Dawn. And Momo. Is that the name of the 1 cost 2k counter, the new one? I believe so. But once again, taking a look at my hand, there's not like a ton of attackers in it. It's just a bunch of like counters, event cards, and then I see Chopper in there as well. Just a bunch of non-aggressive cards in my hand. So I'm just going to go and attach 4 Dawn to the leader. Swing 9 on the opponent. They're going to go on and take that because that is a lot of cards to commit out of hand to get over. So passing it back onto the opponent, they do have 6 Dawn at this point. Starting to get a little to the later game in terms of the Dawn progression. So now we're going to have even more stuff we can do with our Dawn. So opponents just kind of planning if they want to attach Dawn to their leader, swinging or not. And it looks like, yeah, we're just going to go on and commit the 5, swing. And then I'm going to get another 2k counter in the form of Brooks from the life. Not really what I wanted to see. I really want more aggressive characters right here. Now the opponents is starting to go wide. They do have the Raizo and the, like I said, I believe it's the Kikaku. Once again, right here, I'm just confirming the effect. It does have Dawn X1 when attacking, suspend one of your opponent's characters that has 3 or less. So I am looking down that jet pistol, wanting to aim down that because that's just really good. So in the future, if I did play like Namis and stuff, I don't want it to be able to be targeted down by the effect. So looks like I am going to go on and play the 4 for the jet pistol to go on and delete that. And that gets another attacker out of the way. So once again, I do have that committing 3 Dawn to the leader, swinging 8k at the opponent's leader. And it looks like they are going to counter out of that, dropping a total of 4k counters out of hand. I'm just going to go and pass it from there. I do have a bunch of 2k counters of my own. I do have event cards. It looks like I have another jet pistol and the starter deck Luffy, which will probably be dropping down here in the next few turns. So I'm going to go and attach 2 to the killer, swinging on lead. And I'm going to go on and take that. It's fine. Looks like we're going to grab another chopper. So gonna attach 1 to the Raizo swing, and he's going to draw a card when attacking. And so I'm either going to counter that or block it with a chopper right here, or not. Looks like I'm just gonna go and take it. I was really wanting to get some more aggressive characters, you know, like some rush characters, like either the super rare Zoro or the Sanjis, or like some more Luffy's, which I did get another Luffy off of the top right there. So opponent is going to drop another killer right here. This is going to be the blocker killer, and it's going to attach the Dawn to him, so that way he does gain the draw on block. Passing it back over to me. And it looks like I did draw one of these starter deck Namis, being able to attach a rested Dawn to one of my characters or leader. I do have those 2 Luffy's right here. Looks like I'm probably going to drop one down here. Just trying to clear up the board space because I believe I only have 2. It's either 2 or 3 life left. I can't really tell from the glare. But the opponent does have the 2 swings on the leader and does have the 3 characters on it. So we do want to try to clean up some of these, you know, the board as much as we can. Once again, it is very important to clear the board before going for damage. That's something I tell a bunch of players who are like getting into the game, who are, you know, or trying to improve their game within the One Piece card game. So I'm going to attach 2 to the Luffy because he does become unblockable. Well, he does have 2 Dawn attached to him. So I'm going to go on attack at the Raizo, just so ensure the opponent can't block that one, and he's going to be really large. So if the opponent does want to counter out of that, they're going to have to commit a couple cards out of hand, like we can see that one repel right here, and then we're going to see the Izo. So the opponent is once again, like I said, is going to attempt to counter out of that. So then I'm going to swing with the Zoro. Going to get blocked by the killer. Opponent's going to draw a card, and I'm going to pay 1, drop another Chopper. And so in hand, I do have a Nami. I do have a couple 2K counters. Do have another one of these Luffy's and Jet Pistol in hand. Like I said, it was good to go on and get one of these Luffy's to have another bigger character that does have aggression on the field. But we're going to go and drop the Cat Viper. Going to be able to tap down one of our 2 choppers, and then the killer is going to attack over the chopper. You're going to attach 1 to the I know I said all these characters' names earlier, but forgive me. The Raizo. Attach 1 to the Raizo and swinging at later. I'm going to counter 1K with a Nami from hand. So the opponent is contemplating what they want to play right here, just counting out their Dawn. They do have 7 active Dawn, so they could be dropping the big 7-drop kid. They can't drop the 8-drop kid. They don't have quite enough Dawn for that. They're just contemplating the plays right here. So, like I said, a lot of this match I just didn't have enough like aggression cards. So, I'm going to attach a couple of our opponents. Going to attach a couple Dawn onto their leader. Attempting to swing over our Luffy. We did block the first one, then we did counter out of the second one. So I really just wanted to keep these on board because once again, I do believe I am at 2 life. And really just need to clear up this board state. And like I said, just keep drawing a bunch of like non-aggressive cards. Right there, I did just draw another book. So I'm going to go and drop one of these Luffy's here, just so I can help clean up this board. Because once again, that the leader itself is going to be able to attack twice the following turn, and so I really don't want them to have any attackers on the field at the end. So I'm just trying to decide what exactly I want to do. So I'm going to drop another one of these Luffy's for 5 right here. And I'm going to attach 1 Dawn to the Zoro, I believe, just to be able to give all my other characters that additional 1K buff. Yep. Then we're just going to start swinging at some of these suspended characters here. I'm going to swing 6K at the Raizo with the Zoro leader. Swing 7K at Kid, and then another 7 at leader. Then I'm going to commit the last of my Dawn, the last 4, into Jet Pistol to delete the Cat Viper. Because if I didn't, the opponent could just attach enough Dawn on it, swing at the leader with it, and get the double attack with the Kid, which would have been really, really strong. So just, give me another game. So right now, we are going to run into a couple of issues that happened last night. So the opponent right here does attach 2 Dawn onto their leader, and so whenever he does go to attack, my opponent did say he's going to be swinging with 8K at one of my Luffy's, and I was just confirming how he was at 8K because he's only at 7 because he does have the 2. Then he tried to attach another one, and right here we're just talking to like one of the judges, like, hey, my opponent like swung, he only had 2 of them on it, and now he's trying to, after he already attacked, he's trying to go back and add another Dawn. How are we going to resolve this? And so the judge basically said, you committed the swing with a 1. So then he's just going to, I'm going to counter out of the first one, then he's going to pay the 3, restand it by discarding card, swing over one of the Luffy's I do have. And so it was basically a little mix up right there between the opponent like saying one thing, doing the other. So he was confused. He did think he had additional Dawn on there where he did not. So he's going to go in and drop the Hikaku, Momonosuke, and the Phone Gang Beige. So right now I did draw. It's going to be Sanji. So my opponent does have the 2 life left. I will have 3 attackers, but he does have that Capone Gang beige on field. So that way it will be able to block one of my upcoming attacks right here. So right here, I believe once again we were just talking to the judge about like what's happened. So I am going to go on and drop this Sanji for 2, and then I'm going to be able to attach 2 more onto him to give him rush. Then I'm going to attach 1 onto the leader to give all my other characters that blanket plus 1000, and 2 to the Luffy, so that way he's unblockable by that base. But my leader and then my Sanji will also be blockable. So no, I mean there is a point to like attaching the 2 to the Luffy, but I'm gonna go on to swing 7k at the leader with the Zoro, not with the Zoro, but with Sanji here. Then I'm considering what I want to attach these remaining 3 Dawn to. Probably should have left 2 of them active in case I did get an option card out of the life. So I'm going to go on and swing it to the last one with the Luffy. Then I'm going to go and attempt to swing for game with the Zoro. Just going to go on and block with that beige, pass back to the opponent. So this is really scary right here. So the Kikaku's just going to go on and swing. I am going to go on and attach it. Then the green's going to do the classic green attach 7. Dawn and swing and pay 3, restand, swing again. Yep. So that was going to be the finals of our One Piece card game locals that we did have over at Eternity's Portal in Bainbridge, Georgia. It was a great time. Had a ton of fun. Played a really cool deck. Played Zoro. Ton of fun. Love the deck. Yeah. Once again, I am Noah from the DigiBros. I'll catch you guys later.